Good evening and salutations, my Y&R fans. Uh, I don't know about this Noah stuff, to be honest. I mean, first he comes in to see Sharon, right? And out of nowhere, and I know this is kind of not out of nowhere, but for Noah, she talks about, um, perhaps she just brings up, like, I guess her time where she had bipolar, and she was like, it must have been really difficult for y'all to, really kind of deal with, back then when I had bipolar and I was going through like manic episodes and stuff. And Noah's like, where did this come from? Now, granted, I say out of nowhere, but not really, because she was talking about um Chelsea with Billy and Lily. And by the way, Billy, Lily. I'm gonna get to that in 1 minute. But after talking about Chelsea with those two, she brings that up. So they talk about it for a little bit. And to some extent, it almost seemed like it still seemed like it was kind of out the blue. But I get it, they're dealing with mental health issues and stuff like that, like depression and stuff. So, okay, fine. So you talk about that for a little bit. And Sharon brings up something along the lines of, when you have kids, you understand. And this is when Noah's talking about, well, at one point almost dead. And, he brings up the whole Audrey thing, which, by the way, again, this is something that a lot of my subscribers bring up. We don't know if Audrey's telling the truth. Okay? The only thing I do know about Audrey is that she walks around and she acts like a creep. Okay? She does a lot of very creepy things. And let's just get this right out there. Let's just throw it out there. Roles are reversed. I'm pretty sure a lot of people, even Adam right now, is acting like a creep. Okay? And that's exactly what Audrey is doing. But that's whatever. So Noah is pretty much kicking himself, which is kind of annoying to watch because at the end of the day, you don't know. Like, we all make choices and we deal with the consequences of our actions. To sit there and be like, well, if I would have did things differently and if I would have left, but you didn't leave. Okay, it was a volatile situation. You left. You didn't like what she was saying. She didn't like what you were saying, and so you just left. In all reality, I'm looking at this like this is so stupid because at the end of the day, I'm not going to stay in a situation that I'm not happy with, you know? But I get it. This is what people do. We all do this, but it's just annoying to watch. So watching him kick himself for things that he couldn't predict because, he's not psychic, he doesn't have a crystal ball. It just got kind of annoying after a while. I guess it's supposed to show that the character got depth and the crying and everything like that. But no, just like for me, it just got annoying after. Well, honestly, to tell you the truth, I lost track of time, but it just got annoying. And now we get to Lily. Lily has been getting on my nerves for, well, quite some time now. Okay, she just has. But Billy is like Billy was it was Billy, Lily, and Sharon. They were talking about Chelsea, how she's doing, and everything like that. And Billy was being kind of extra, okay? Because first he starts bat mouthing at him. Oh, well, maybe he says something to screw up the thing, screw up the conversation, and make her in a bad mood or whatever. When Sharon was like, no, she seemed like she's in a good place. They had a conversation. Adam was kind of hesitant, but he did back her up. Okay? That's great. But then he's all like, oh, well, let me go upstairs. I want to see how she's doing. And, you know, Sharon's like, no, she's good. Let her spend time with her son. But maybe I should call her. No. This is when Lily was like, maybe you should take the opinion of an expert, a trained psychologist or a psychiatrist, and take her advice and just kind of leave her be. So he's like, all right, fine, listen, if something happens, let me know. They go out to dinner, right? And this is again, Lily starts to piss me off. How come you didn't tell me earlier? How come you didn't tell me before? You didn't think that you could trust me? Well, if you don't think you could trust me now, then what does it say about our relationship? What the How did we jump from... Did I miss something? Did I miss something? I must have, I swear I must have missed something. So, so now Billy had to sit there and try to explain, listen, this is about discretion, and I felt like it wasn't really my story to tell, which it wasn't his story to tell. And he told you, you know what I'm saying? It's literally been 72 hours, or a little bit more, give or take. But the point is, it's not like it was 6 months or a year or a couple of years or whatever. This is literally like a couple of days, and this chick is getting pissy that, oh, I can't believe you didn't tell me sooner. And then she's like, well, you need to sit there and step back and stuff like that. And, she has friends and family and stuff. I'm like, yo, this chick literally tried to jump off a roof. And you're trying, what she said, hold on, let me, basically she was, because I was sitting there trying to find, like, where, because I wrote this down. Hold on, let me see. Oh, that's what it was. Helping her isn't helping us. I know I did it in very dramatic fashion, but that's helping her isn't helping us. Helping a woman that's suffering due depression and nearly, like what Connor said, delete herself isn't helping them. I mean, if that doesn't sound selfish, I don't know what does. But he does get a text from her. I mean, Billy does get a text. He's like, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna go to." He's like, "You should go." I'm gonna go to her, let her know I'm gonna be pulling back a little bit, let her family, more of her friends or whatever, help her sharing and stuff like that. I'm gonna sit there and practically try to tell her I'm gonna ease back a little bit. Okay, when you go and do that. What the So at some point, and granted, when they did come in, they talked to Elena. Elena was like, "Hey, you want to join me and Nate?" And it was like, yeah, no, we good. We good. We actually want to have our appetites. We good." Now, some guy named Daniel came in towards the end. Daniel came in towards the end, and she was all surprised. Now, I was on Instagram, and people was there was some fan site or maybe an official site. I think it was a fan site. It was like, should Billy be worried about Daniel? And you had a lot of people in the comments saying yes, and I'm just like, no offense. I mean, well, not no offense, but this is coming from a straight guy. I'm pretty sure Billy has absolutely nothing to worry about with this guy. And if she's stupid enough to go out with this Daniel guy, on so many levels, that's pretty much kind of dating downwards. But also, well, Billy, you can definitely do a lot better than dealing with that whole mess. Hmm. Question: What does? Hmm. I'm sitting there trying to think about Abby and Billy's like what is it like? Are they brother and sisters, or they have brother and sister? How does that work? That just kind of came to my head when I was sitting there talking about Billy and Daniel, because apparently now he needs to be worried about Daniel. Okay. Adam. So Nick and Sally decide to go out, and Adam is just kind of sitting there. He offered them like some bottles of a bottle of wine or whatever, just to cause trouble and just to kind of be a dick and everything. And pretty much Sally and Nick is like, should we go or should we stay? Should we confront? You don't want to confront them. And pretty much they was like, listen, no matter what we do, if we stay, we're gonna confront him. If we leave, we're gonna give him power. Either way, we are giving him more power than we should be giving him. So it was like, you know what, let's just stay, chill or whatever. So they did that, they finished their wine. They're about to leave. Adam walks up to him like, so how was the wine? Like, bro, why you act like a creep for it? Like, why are you doing that? There's so many women in Genoa City. I'm pretty sure you could just sit there and throw a penny and find the next pretty woman to sit there and date. And hell, if that was, if you want to sit there and do something to get her back, acting like a creep isn't one of them. I don't know. Maybe he tries dating someone, to make her jealous or whatever. I don't know. It's just ideas other than just, acting like a creep. It's really funny. I sit there and talk about that. Act like a creep, right? There was this show on the CW, and I hated this show with a passion. To this day, I still hate this show. It's called My Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. See, it's supposed to be a comedy about this woman, this beautiful, sexy, gorgeous woman that couldn't get over this guy. I'm gonna try to be polite about this. She was all stalkerish and everything. It was comedy. It was funny. It's only funny when a woman does it. In most cases in society for the most part. It's only funny when a woman does it. When a guy does it, call him a creep. What Audrey's doing, I don't see any person that they're calling her a creep. I mean, yeah, they're saying that she makes those two interesting, Allie and Noah interesting. That's cool. But I guess we're just gonna totally call Adam a creep because of what he's doing. But Audrey gets a pass because, I'm gonna get canceled. You know what? I don't care because she's a woman. Okay, she's a woman, and I'm not saying that's the case with across the board, but social norms and everything like that. I just haven't seen one. Now I could be wrong, but I haven't seen one person so far call her a creep. What else we got going on? Oh, Elena went to go see Nate, got him a present and everything, and 1 second. And Elena comes to see Nate, and brings him a present, super supportive and everything like that. And she, is about to leave. She's like, "Yo, can you, make dinner? Could you go out for dinner or whatever?" It's like, "Hey, listen, I got a meeting, but it shouldn't take that long. So why don't you sit there and order us some dinner, and I'll be there shortly." That was a mistake right there. How are you going to sit there and have a meeting with literally the head honcho and then say, "It's not going to take that long. Why don't you order dinner for us? I'll be there shortly." FYI, he missed the meeting. I mean, he missed. Well, he wasn't there for Elena, and Elena wound up leaving because he shouldn't have said that he was going to make it. He was going to be there for dinner if he wasn't sure if he was going to be there. Kept her waiting, and while she goes to society, she meets up with Devon, and Devon's sitting there drinking his parfums away, lying about Amanda still because for some odd reason that actually makes sense to him. And Devon pretty much is like, "Yo, I want no parts of Nate. He's a traitor. He's this, he's that, and he's a third. I don't want no parts of him." And Elaine's like, "Well, he learned his lesson, and he made amends, and this, that, and the third." And Devon's like, "Yeah, I don't care. I want no parts of him. Let's talk about something else." And they talk about Amanda. Of course, he lies because for some odd reason that makes sense to him. The sad thing is that, I mean, granted, I wouldn't feel bad for him, but I would sit there and maybe cut him. I wouldn't cut him any slack, but the reason I'm going so hard on him, calling him an idiot, is because you're not even taking ownership of what you did. You're not telling people what happened with Amanda because then you have to sit there and explain why, which is why he didn't tell Lily when Lily came over there, which is why he didn't tell Lily when they were having their meeting, when, Lily is sitting there losing people, employees by the drones. You can't even sit there and be honest and tell her why. That you screwed up. And let's be real, you screwed up. And eventually he winds up going home, and Elena winds up leaving, and Elena gets another text from him say, "Hey, listen, I know things. It's kind of. I'm kind of late, but I'll be there shortly. Bro, how long has this chick been waiting for you? Are you just? uh, Sometimes you just gotta laugh at this stuff. Um, the hell else happened? Oh yeah, that's why I said Lily towards the end winds up seeing this guy named Daniel because they go way back, and Lily and Billy are having trouble, and by trouble I mean that Lily is just causing a rift by acting like a at this point I think we can all fill in the blanks on how she's acting. Oh yeah, and towards the end, Adam asked Sally to marry him. Yeah, yeah. I is that supposed to be a Hail Mary or something like that? Oh yeah, this is how I'm gonna get her back. I'm gonna ask her for her hand in marriage. Acting like a creep, um, being nasty to her, even though he was doing it to have her keep her job. Yeah, he asked her for marriage. Oh, and at this point, Nate and Victoria, well, Victoria was not there telling about her story a little bit. But here's the thing: she did admit that her last name gives her a certain amount of privilege. So, um, it's just pretty much like her story as far as working at Newman and how she didn't really want to work at Newman. See how many times she left, but she worked in the mailroom. She worked at different positions, yada yada yada. I mean, the point is, Nate just wants to work. He wants to learn from her, and you can obviously see there's going to be a romance unless they decide we're just going to drop that too. I don't know. I've heard from DC and other subscribers that YNR has a tendency of stopping stuff that they started or just dropping storylines like, whatever. Just kind of just ending them in the most abrupt and absurd way possible. The only one I can actually witness and can attest to is the whole Ashland thing, which I felt like they just like dropped the ball towards the end. I don't know. Maybe they'll get the actor to come back. Maybe they'll get somebody else. But with that being said, I think that's actually about it. I can't think of anything else that happened in the episode. So with that being said, I'm gonna go. I know that the quality is a lot different. I'm getting ready to do a live stream at 8, and usually trying to do a review after I finish doing a live stream is a lot more challenging because I love doing the lives. I love doing the live streams. I will continue doing the live streams, but it does take a certain amount out of you, which is great because then it helps me sleep a lot more. So that's good. But with that being said, it's a little more difficult to sit there and try to, especially during the live, if I talk about something, then it's just like, well, when am I going to sit there and talk about it in the review? So there's that too. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe, and I will see you in the next video.